Recently, I just had a conversation with my friend, and I realized that at the end of the conversation, I think the friendship ended. I didn't walk in to the conversation thinking I would end this friendship, but I walked out feeling uneasy. I think the worst part about this is this was just me walking someone home. This wasn't some grand, you owe me money. This wasn't, I did someone dirty. This was me just walking someone home just to make sure they felt okay and then getting disrespected. I didn't even ask for this. If I wanted to get disrespected, I would go to Starbucks or something. I wouldn't do it on the road. Like there are better businesses for that. I think that what's upsetting is, with a friendship breakup, because that's essentially what this is. It's a breakup, but in the context of friendship. I think with a friendship breakup, it hurts. It legitimately hurts because I thought this person was going to be in my life for the rest of my life. I don't know how you treat friendship, but for me, what I like about people I call friends is it's not like a boyfriend or a girlfriend. It's not like a romantic partner where you break up and then, you go through some heartbreak. You might listen to some Justin Bieber or, I don't know, Billie Eilish or Drake, depending on what your cup of tea is. Some people are into this Olivia Rodrigo. I don't know. Or you might bust out that R&B, but I don't know enough R&B to make R&B references. I I think for me, it really hurts because I've got to somehow now go on with my life. And I don't even have many friends to begin with. It's actually impressive the amount I've accumulated and the fact that I lose some of them is painful because I feel it deeply. Like my life, I try to really invest in the people I take in my life. There's no preparation for a friendship breakup. At least not this kind. I've I've done both, man. I've been the one that's been friendship broken up with. There's not even English word. Like English doesn't even. We got 6-7, which I don't even know what that means. But we don't have words to describe friendship breakup. What is wrong with the English language? I've been broken up by friends, where they just ghosted and then blocked and moved on. And then I've had to do a very tough decision of realizing that there's some disrespect I shouldn't tolerate and should end a friendship. And am I being dramatic? Maybe. Maybe I am being dramatic. I'm going to be in the next Steven Spielberg Oscar Award, Academy Award winning film. So yeah, I've got to get practice for my next film performance. So maybe I should be a little dramatic. But this hurts. It hurts because I don't know. Like I legit never planned this. I remember I think this is like maybe my third one in the last couple of years. The fact that the fact that I had three friends to lose, I think that's more impressive. That should probably be studied in the lab that I somehow made three friends and then they decided to leave me. When you let someone in your life, I've been thinking of this thought and it keeps circling in my mind over and over again. It just keeps, rattling. And the thought is, it's like you can't have love and pain without one another. If you deeply love someone or love something, I think you're also opening yourself up for pain. And when you have certain people in your life that you deeply care about, their absence can leave a mark. I definitely, I don't feel like the same person after this. And it's caused me to reevaluate caused me to heck, I even thought about changing my name from, Intende to something else. Who knows what other, I don't know what other Japanese gaming console companies I can come up with. I think there's Atari, so I would go from Nintendo to Atari or something. But it really shook me. It really got me thinking. It got me feeling. It got me. Your boy, I was on ChatGPTing. I was AIing my problems away. Some people use alcohol, which I think is way healthier to solve your problems. Alcohol and illicit drugs. I go to AI. That if it tells you how I cope. And I can aggressively type. I can be some keyboard warrior, but no amount of AI prompts is going to change the way how I feel and change the past. I've got to accept what happened and go on. I think with all the people I've either friendship broken up with or friendship breaking up with me, like I said, English language doesn't have a term for this. So I guess I've got to invent language. I think the people who I've experienced friendship breakups with, I'm more than open to having a phone call with every one of them. I think that's what also hurts is I don't even get closure. Like I don't even get like, hey, this is over. It's just something disrespectful happened and that's it. And then there's just silence. It isn't okay, you know what, this friendship has, the library has, the due date is met and the book needs to be returned to the library. If kids even go to the library and know what reference I just made. It's more like, oh, this journey we're on, this plane ride that was supposed to last forever is over. And I don't know. I think I even cried over this. Not I think, there was definitely some tears in my eyes. Because I didn't know how else to react. Like, I didn't know what else to do. I just experienced. I think losing this person made me realize that not everything's forever. You should just cherish what you have. If you have people in your life that you love, hold on to that. Because you don't know what happens next. You don't know what tomorrow might happen. So just focus on today. Focus on what you have. Because that's a gift. Like if I knew things would end this way, would I do things differently? Probably not. But I would definitely hold on to what it was. I'm very grateful. I learned a lot about myself. I think friendship is such a gift. I think it's the cure to loneliness in most ways is really companionship. But I didn't think things would end like this. And I've got to somehow now find the courage to take on the next day, and the next day, and the day after that. I think with each day it gets, I don't know if it gets easier, but I learn to live with the pain or the experience or the past. And I just keep going. Because that's all I really can do. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked, please like and subscribe. My socials will be linked down below and at the end of this video. Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon.